Britain's roads are changing. Slowly. About 8.5% of registered vehicles on the country's roads are currently ultra-low emission, or ULEZ as it's known. Going electric's the ultimate aim, but for most car owners, it's still not a clear-cut choice.
Got a diesel that's not ULEZ, so we are looking into it now. Again, thinking about where we'd charge it, also moving out of London, so we might have more mileage to cover.
Businessman Ollie Mason has switched, but then most of his journeys are local to London.
You don't pay congestion zone, parking permit for me was free, and there's quite a lot of charging around, so it is quite good. The only downside that I've found is that some of the chargers don't work.
Charging infrastructure still lacks, but it is growing. Oil company Shell recently announced it would install 50,000 charge points across the country. Government grants are on offer to consumers who buy their own. But for some, it's still the price tag of the cars themselves that's holding them back.
But you haven't taken the plunge yet?
Not yet.
What's holding you back?
Saving up a little bit more money.
The capital extends its ULEZ-only vehicle zone later this month as a way to further encourage motorists to go green. Transport accounts for more than a quarter of the UK's emissions. It must bring that down to meet its climate obligations.
As part of its plan to go carbon neutral by 2050, the UK is to ban the sale of new fossil fuel vehicles from 2030 onwards. As it gears up to host the delayed COP26 UN climate summit, though, critics wonder if that's a slogan that still lacks all the necessary substance.
It's almost a year since ministers stripped a decade off the initial 2040 deadline, part of a multi-billion-dollar plan to spur on a green industrial revolution.
Well, it is the UK that is leading the world in tackling, I think, one of the gravest problems that this planet faces.
Automakers all over the world are rapidly rolling out more affordable electric vehicle ranges to overcome that cost barrier. Even beyond 2030, most cars on Britain's roads still won't be electric, though.
They're going to ban the sale of new internal combustion engine cars. Fine. Let's get real. 0.01% of the vehicle fleet is EV. Is that going to change in that particular period of time? New cars will come in, but there's still going to be a legacy of internal combustion engine cars going forward.
The UK has outlined a vision. There's still much work to do to make that a reality.